Hello, hello, hello. It's me, Kytchen Cynk, coming at you. Today in Kitchen's Corner, I'm going to be going and making a no flyers series. I had made an episode earlier. I adjusted my voice so that you guys could hear me. But when I was playing it back and compiling it into one episode, I was ear-piercingly loud. And I'm a very quiet guy, so I've adjusted the sound bar and everything like that, just so that you guys can hear me without having to crank up your volume and have the Arc game way too loud. So, I did a test, I split the differences and stuff like that, and I think this one here is a pretty good volume for me. So you guys can hear me over Arc, but I'm not too overbearing, the Arc's not too overbearing, stuff like that. So, I'm currently working to load in on my game. And yeah. So the last one, I died like 50 times. A tribeswoman terrorized me. She was level 14. I couldn't get close enough to kill her because she did way too much damage. And she also does torpor damage. So she'll knock you out and then she'll eat you if you don't die the first time. And then she kept summoning a huge level Parasaur and a Fioma. Don't laugh, guys. Those two things are horribly mean when they're summoned in by a tribeswoman or tribesperson in general. And so they killed me, they took my foundations, they took everything from me twice. I was a little fed up. Yeah, so I tried moving to a different spot, and that didn't work out well either. So I've kind of determined to myself, just spawn in, build a boat, enjoy life, move later. And I thought that was a pretty good idea. So I can just peer. I'm going to be building a boat. On the boat, I'm going to have basically a starter house on the boat. And also I want some areas where I can store some dinosaurs. I'm hoping to keep them high enough so that the rocks don't knock them off. Because there's some rocks in the water, I don't want to keep driving all the way in the sea and going where I want to go and then cutting into land. Sometimes I want to just skirt the land, look and see what I can see on the beach. Might see something I want to tame. But yeah, I'm excited to do this no flyer series. I did talk to the server admin about maybe in the future having it so that nobody can use a flyer. I think that'll be very difficult for everybody. Not everybody's going to want to do it. So that suggestion may not happen because he's got to please more than one person. He's got to make everybody happy. And that's a hard job right there. But I'm going to do it. I also don't want to use the super trank gun unless I'm going, maybe if I'm going for like an alpha or something huge, maybe. But I don't want to feel like I'm cheating too much. So my first little place, I'm going to make a new character because I left at a dead spot. And I don't want you guys to miss my first, I don't know, level was I, 70 or something? Don't want you to miss those levels. And I'm hoping to be able to figure out how to do a cutscene where I go like really fast, I sound like a chipmunk, and all that jazz, while you see me working and gathering up the resources I need. So I'm going to see if I can figure that out today. Or today, tomorrow, either way. I do have to go to work a little later today. Work's been nicer to me. For a while there, they'd have me working the morning shifts, which starts at 6:30 in the morning. And then I'd have some closing shifts, which starts at 2 or 3. One day I opened, and then the next day I closed, and then the next day I opened, and that was horrible. I did get some sleep though. Somewhere between 2 and 4 hours of sleep. I'm not sure when I went to sleep on my little futon in the game room. But yeah, I made it through that next day, and then I had a day off, which was nice. Tomorrow I do have off. I'm hoping to be a little more consistent and um, producing more episodes on this series. But for me, I don't think anybody's gonna want to watch me just sit there and gather resources, which is why I'm gonna try that zip through it thing, whatever they call it, time lapse. We do have the 24 mods in the server, as you've been seeing the mod list count up. And I believe I have it in the intro of all the mods that we're using on this server. I think in a couple months he was talking about a wipe or something like that, which is no big deal. I used to hate the wipes because I was very new to the game still, working always as a solo player, because on the official, not the official, but on mass servers or whatever, people are kind of nervous about inviting a brand new person into their tribe. Because you do that, that person could do a lot. They could like go and get your best stuff killed on purpose. They can do a whole bunch of uncool jerk move stuff like that. Ark's tried to mitigate that by adding in requirements or level clearance or whatever it is. I haven't figured it out though. And you guys probably remember Taz and his family. They played with me on the Valhalla server. That was my first PvP server ever. And I got tired of doing everything myself. So I wanted to spawn South 3 is where I would like to live. Let's go with Buff Kitchen again. So I got tired of doing everything all by myself. South 3, load it up. Let's go click it again. Oh, looks like it's clicked. Oh, I hope they don't have turds right here. So I saw him and that he was on talking to people, learning the game a bit, and I thought I'll take a risk, and well, not really a risk, but take a chance or whatever, and invite him into the tribe. See if they'll help me out. Not give them everything in the world. Oops, wrong button. There we go. Because I didn't want them to do anything uncool like, you know? They didn't, by the way. They were very awesome. And it helped me out a great amount. They were always gathering stuff, always doing everything they needed. If they died, they went and got everything that they had. They kept giving up the great stuff that I thought that they would keep for themselves because they went underwater, they found it. So therefore they get to keep it. It's kind of the rules there. And so I promoted them. I made them an admin of the tribe because they were awesome. Oops. Don't want to die instantly. Okay. And I've actually spawned close to a place that I used to live. Well, I didn't live there. Oops, wrong button. But I tried to live. Well, I made the base there, and then we ended up stopping that server because it was very boring. Only a few people played, me and Taz's family. And I don't know. I gotta have lots of people, you know. Let's see here. So this server, we get a whole lot of Ingram points, which is nice. Uh, don't want you guys to see, oops, all the clicking I'm gonna have to do. I'm just getting some of the main stuff. Oops, forgot to put it in my inventory. Wood. I need more wood. This is how I tend to like it. Later on when I get a spyglass, I like my spyglass in number 2. And I'll probably move my torch to number 6 or something. My kill 'em in number 5, my tame 'em in number 1. Because I like to tame things. More weight. My last experience told me I need lots and lots of weight. Oops. Let's go this way for a bit. Move over here real quick, get some more thatch actually. Let's get some thatch. Can't move. Level up a couple times into that so I can now move again. 5 more of those. And then I'm going to make as many of those as I can. Let's see. Can I make stone foundations yet? Most places you want at least stone foundations. That way it keeps most things out and you safe. Whoops. I always learn the wrong things. Man. I can learn the wall. I should be able to learn the foundation. Thatch. Level 20, huh? 17. So I'm just going to go about working, living, surviving, hopefully thriving. And I'm going to try that little cut thing here and start a new one with the zip through thing, you know? Hello. Oh, so this has been my first time ever doing this. What's going on is it is very, very boring. You hear no sound. You don't hear me like a chipmunk with a little laugh in there, wondering what that's going to sound like, by the way. So I thought I'd kind of go through and just kind of narrate this section of it. So what's going on is I'm gathering resources, learning crap. And then a little later, it's going to be hilarious. I get attacked by some piranhas. You only get to see like a glimpse of it. I don't have a way to just slow down for that section so you can see me getting attacked. I had recently jumped down, discovering that place I thought to go and live, somebody else had already taken it. That dodo is going to be mine in a little bit. The pink one you saw. Gathering up some hides so I can build me a raft, which you see me building now. And then this is actually very convenient, being able to go at this speed throughout the building of this. I lined it up so that the first square I placed is actually the square I'm going to take away. It helps a ton with the placements of everything. And then I'm just kind of eyeballing it and making sure it looks big enough for me, what I want it to do. Because I'm having the first floor as a me living floor, and then the ceiling or roof or whatever you want to call it is actually going to be where I put my dinosaurs, like trike or whatever, that can't fit inside. So this particular build, you can build a smaller version of it on the official servers, but yeah, you'd be able to go the two uh, two foundations to either side, left and right, and behind it, and you can do a third foundation length in front of it, if that makes sense. I think the piranhas are, yep, they still haven't come yet. So that'll be smaller at the first guards right there. And then you wouldn't want to put as many structures as I'm putting down, just because that's going to eat up a whole bunch of the 88 points you get to use to create your own masterpiece. You might only want one way up for the dinosaur. That way it'll save you quite a bit of structure spots. So right here, I tried emphasizing that I was going to be making a ramp. Hopefully you guys caught that. But if not, I'm telling you, I'm going to make a ramp. One reason or another, I like things to be symmetrical. Piranhas are coming up. Oh, I got frustrated that the railings weren't all. Oh, there, the piranhas already happened. And then I rushed in there and made me some beds. You see what I did right there? Uh-huh. Good thing is, I haven't died yet. Now that I've said that, I'm most likely going to die. I was also bummed that I couldn't make the S plus reinforced trapdoor. Alright. Made a ladder all the way down just for conveniences. These middle railings I'm thinking to take out just because it looks too much. Then I thought to go and compile my insides of it. You'll be able to see a slower version, or not a slower version, but whatever. You'll be able to see a normal version of the inside after I've completed it towards the end of my particular video. Alright. Cooking up some food, cooking up some meat, metal, so that I can create more things. And eventually I'll go make me some picks. And I did a test, you'll see in a little bit, of regards to the preserving bin and the bulk thatch storage bin or whatever it's called. Which one of those is the better one for storing everything? And you'll see that the that one there, the shorter one, is much better by about 8 times or so, 10 times. I don't know. It stores it for 8 days, where the other one only did 8 hours. And then I eventually make one of them into the raw stuff, um, like berries, raw meat, everything like that. And the other one I put into the cooked stuff and spoiled meat. Oh, that's the funniest spot. We went back and forth for a long time. You didn't see everything. Trust me. So if I didn't compress this whole video, it would have been 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm glad I'm able to compress it a bit. And oh, this was a tough part, trying to get around that rock, and then there was a turtle under there too that I kept getting stuck on. That was an alpha mosa. Kind of wish I could slow down at some spots, you know? And then up here, I decided to make an entrance on this side. Yep. I put the torches down before I put the railings down this time, just so that the railings go Well,
Well,
through the
guys,
torches and make it look
that'll
very
be it for
nice.
today's episode.
Saves a
Hope
lot
you
of
enjoyed
space.
watching me build this here place. I actually think I might throw a little bit of light on the sides there. Let's do it like this. Turn on. That's the spot. Took them a little bit further apart and made it so it lights up much better. I got tired of this door opening when I was driving, so I turned it to close only. Thickened to rip out those railings in the middle. And I didn't want just anything simply walking up my ramp and attacking my queen pigeon up there. So I built a new way out, as you've seen, of course. Might extend it on the sides a bit more, who knows. But that's it for today's episode. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have any comments or suggestions or whatever, put them in the comments below. And I'll catch you later. Goodbye, guys.